Welcome back to my channel. My name is Chris and I help people to find their center. In this video, I'm going to share with you the truth about shadow work that no one tells you. The truth of how important it is to do shadow work and what shadow work actually is. So it's no secret that we're going through a shift in vibration right now on the planet collectively, known as the Great Awakening. And what that means is we're shifting from 3D to 4D and at some point 5D. New Earth. Earth is splitting herself off from 3D to 5D. She's trying to let go of that toxic negativity. And so are we. Have you noticed a lot of negative emotions coming up? Fear, shame, guilt, self-worth issues. Have you noticed these things coming to the forefront of your mind? Well, these are all based on ego. The ego is linked to the 3D. It's linked to the solar plexus chakra of separation, of self. And you may be dealing with challenges related to this stuff. Collective programming may be coming up. People may be coming into your life to mirror this stuff back to you. So, shadow work is important. Shadow is your greatest teacher. When I did a vision quest and a desert retreat about 10 years ago in October, it was Scorpio time. And I was in a thruple, I guess you could call it. I was kind of dating this girl and she had a boyfriend. And I was like the secondary in that situation. This is over 10 years ago. And the three of us, we went to Phoenix and Tucson and we did a desert intensive. And we spent a week out in the desert learning these lessons. And we learned about the medicine wheel and the power of the 4 directions. And we learned on that trip, I learned that the West is the most powerful of all directions. Why? That is where your shadow self is. The East is where the sun rises. It's the place of illumination and inspiration. It's the place of light and love. The polarity to that is the West. The sun sets in the West, and that's when it gets dark. That's when it turns to night. And that's when and where all of the magic happens. Do you have a painful past? Have you been through a lot of shit in your life? If you're a starseed and a light worker, if you're on the rainbow spectrum, if you're LGBTQ plus, non-binary, somebody with special needs, you most likely know what I'm talking about. You most likely have had a painful past. You most likely had some of the most traumatic bullshit happen in your life. And I know as a trans man and somebody on the autism ADHD spectrum, I've had a lot of bullshit coming up. I've dealt with a lot of challenges, probably the most in my immediate family and maybe in my peer group. I know some of my starseed friends anyway. The truth about shadow work that no one tells you is that it's extremely difficult, but it has a purpose. That your pain has a purpose. Shadow is your greatest teacher. That's where all the magic happens. That's where all of the wisdom lies, in the transmutation from the Scorpio energy to the Sagittarius. So, your shadow, what lessons are coming up for you in conscious, like, that you're unaware of? What are some patterns that are coming up? What are some lessons? Is some stuff you may be experiencing, people coming back into your life, or lessons repeating themselves until you become aware of them? You need to wake up. Now is the time. If you want to go have fun partying in 3D Matrix, if you want to go, you know, enjoy eating processed foods, a dead animal all the time, I mean, go ahead, enjoy that. Go have fun in the 3D Matrix. Go have fun, you know, around a swarm of unawakened people. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's your vibe, if that's what you want to live in, cool, go ahead. Go click off this video right now and go join, you know, Donald Trump and all those other... Anyway, before I get into that, go... if you want to wake up, now is the time. Now is the time to do your shadow work. Your shadow is your teacher. Your shadow is your pain. And how you came out of that and your transmutation in the process of you alchemizing your shadow. Shadow workers are important. There's light workers and there's shadow workers. So which are you? You can be both. You can be both and have a negative experience. I know I did a video recently about like letting go of negative entities, but they serve a purpose. The negativity is also us. We're a part of it. So again, how do you work on doing shadow work? How do you become aware of your patterns? First, you need to recognize that you may be running on autopilot. What aspects and areas of your life do you feel miserable and stuck in? That's your first clue. Where do you have pain in your body? Do you even pay attention to what your body's telling you? Do you have pain on your right or left side? That makes a difference. Do you have headaches? Do you have low back pain? Do you feel a certain negative emotion more of the time? If you're feeling shameful, it means you got some solar plexus work to do. If you're feeling dispassionate in your life, it means you need to work on your heart chakra and finding your center and starting with your life's passion and purpose. And if you don't know how to do that, comment down below. Let me know, and I can give you some guidance. And I just did a video recently about how to find your center and how to find your purpose. There's some clues in that video. So the truth about shadow work that no one tells you is that it absolutely sucks sometimes. That's so crushing, that's so crippling depression that I've wanted to end my life before on a daily basis throughout my whole teenage years, throughout my 20s, even some parts of my 30s. I thought about suicide almost every single day and exiting this matrix, but I'm glad I didn't. Why? Because I would have to come back in and redo it over again. So I'm sharing with you, it's time to take back your power and wake up and start to question the narrative that says you're not worthy because you were born different, because you've had a lot of trauma and bullshit happen to you that wasn't your fault, but you also chose that path to go on the accelerated course for ascension so that you can help others like you. Again, so shadow work is your greatest teacher. Shadow work is your greatest pain can be transmuted into your greatest strength. And that's what I've done with my gender dysphoria has become my gender euphoria. It's become a source of strength and power for me. Being homeless and being in separation from my twin flame and feeling like I'm the only one in my corner that cheers myself on. And I taught myself how to be a man. And what does that mean? And these lessons and growing a business and all this other stuff. And I believe in you. I believe in myself, and I believe in you. I've spent too much time not believing in myself. I spent too much time feeling like I'm worthless and I don't deserve to live and I don't have a purpose, but I do have a purpose. It's to share with you and be a guide on your journey and people on the rainbow light spectrum and all this other stuff. Again, so the truth about shadow work that no one tells you is that it sucks, but it's also your greatest teacher. So learn some lessons. Look at what chakras and areas of your body are out of balance and your emotions, and that gives you a clue on what you need to work on first. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Peace and unity.